So once again, how does acupuncture work? Well, when we are looking at acupuncture from the standpoint of the electrical properties of the body, acupuncture has a profound effect on regulating these functions. Now, as you know, the brain has all kinds of electrical properties. This is a model of a brain, and the brain itself, if you put electrodes on it, electrode pads, then you can pick up all the activity, the electrical activity in the brain. So we know the brain produces electricity and a field, a magnetic field around it. Now, what do these electromagnetic fields look like? Well, here's a little chart. This is what it looks like around the Earth. This is the Earth's magnetic field here. You can see this. Now, our body also produces an electromagnetic field. And this is a stylized version of it because we can't see it exactly, but this is what the body's magnetic field looks like. Somewhat like this. You can see here, this is balanced on both sides, on the right side and on the left side of the body. We have this electromagnetic field, and the reason why we have that is because the brain produces a field, our heart produces a field, and the flow of blood, and each of the organs also produces a field. So all of those in combination produce this electrical field. And this electrical field can either be very large or it could be quite small, depending on the person's energy and how healthy they are and what they're thinking at the time. So we know this is the case. We could also have a situation where somebody's energy is quite imbalanced. It's only on one side of the body. The one side is full, the other side is very weak. This could be on the front, the sides, the back of the body. Anywhere could be an imbalance in this electrical field. Now, let's take a look at the acupuncture needle. You see here, acupuncture needle. In fact, it's very, very hard to see. You can't even see it up against down there. Maybe we can see it a little bit. Let's see, how could we possibly make it show up a little easier? Can you see that any better? Not really. So the acupuncture needle is quite thin. Let's put that, okay, here, there. You can kind of see it against the black background there, but it's very, very thin. See, look how thin that is. It's very thin. So the acupuncture needle, actually, when it's inserted into the body, it has an influence on the skin, the electrical properties of the skin. But in addition to that, as the electromagnetic field is going back and forth, it's moving, it's actually passing over this needle. And that moves the electrons through that needle, and that will then influence the body itself. Now, how many of you know anything about radios? Well, a radio, if you know about a radio, it has an antenna. Many of them have an antenna if it's not digital. There's this antenna I'm waving around. So what's the purpose of the antenna? Well, the antenna actually improves the reception of the signal. Acupuncture needles are kind of like these radio antennas stuck in the body, and they improve the body's ability to operate. It improves the electrical magnetic field of the different organs, and because we also exist and we live within the Earth's electromagnetic field, this electromagnetic field is always influencing us to a certain degree, and acupuncture needles then help to focus that additional energy of the Earth, and we can then draw upon that into our body and improve the amount of energy that we have in our body and the way that we interact with the Earth's electromagnetic field, which is very, very important. So this is another way in which acupuncture works, is by the influence of the acupuncture needles on our body's naturally produced electromagnetic field and how it interacts with our environment, how it interacts internally in our body, and how it affects and is affected by the Earth's magnetic field. So that is in the last part of our 4-part series on how acupuncture works from a variety of perspectives. This is Dr. Jay Sordian, hoping that this was helpful for you in best understanding how you can get some positive benefits from acupuncture and the science behind it.